Chased by Roshan, we have the Radiant. And on the other side of the river, being the bad guys this match, we have the Dire. Check out that Weaver hat. So pink, so zappy. Why would I mention that? Because I'm Weaver with the sweet pink zappy skin. Got the like zappy Desolator arms and the sweet pink zappy antenna. Yeah, will it help me? Will it help me win? Maybe. We'll have to see. I'm not going to spoil my game. What I am going to do is skip up to the bounty runes. Right, looks like we've got a fight brewing bottom. And by a fight, I mean the entire Radiant is bottom. A couple players from Dire grab the top river rune. I grab the top forest rune. Couple grab... Okay, so totally uneventful rune grabs. 2 for each team, and actually just no fighting for them at all. Fascinating. I don't know how it's a thing that you don't just, like, 100% always gank super hard on one of the runes. That seems like it should be mandatory. I broke my phone. Alright, let's get to the matchups, and we'll save mid for last. We have, bottom, a Nature's Prophet with the Assassin build from hell. This is so strong and so scary. What is happening? Why can't my phone be a phone? Why does it matter, you say? It doesn't, but it's distracting. Anyway, yeah, this is such a scary build. He charges in and stuns you. He throws Life Drain on you and starts sapping away your life. And then he Light Strike arrays you and Vortexes you, and you're just stuck standing in Life Drain forever. Just kidding, Life Drain is channeled. I don't know how this works. Okay, this isn't as good as I thought it was, but it's still solid. He still shows up and stuns you, and then stuns you again, and then Vortexes you and starts Life Draining you. I guess he just gets, like, the stuns and a couple autos in before he flips on Life Drain. Still, very scary. Quite amazing. Good support build, A+. On Storm Spirit, we have 2 right-click things and 2 escape things. I like it. I like it. The 2 right-click things both work pretty much the same way, that they give you extra hits. This build just like screams for the chain lightning thing, not the big one, just the little one. Maelstrom. This just screams for Maelstrom, and then like a Monkey King bar, and you'll be fishing with dynamite. I like it. It's too bad it's on Storm Spirit. I'd love to see this on a hero better for right clicking, but the way AD is right now, you just... If you get an intel hero, you're stuck with it, and if you want to right click, I mean, you're arguably making a bad decision, but sometimes that's just what you have to do. Remember those words I just said when we talk about mid. Alright, so we have an Abaddon. Abaddon has a nice combo, Decrepify and Laguna Blade. I love it. That is fantastic for just exploding people. Dragon Slave, Nether Ward. So this build is a kill stealer. Like... He 100% wants to just have a good kill-death rate, kill-death ratio by Decrep Laguna Blading people in the middle of fights and contributing nothing else. On the other hand, he has an AoE nuke, a Nether Ward, which theoretically can do a lot of damage, especially to Ball Lightning, since it scales off how much mana the enemy spends, I believe. Yeah, damage per mana. So, on the one hand, he's just a KSer, Caster Fallacy. And then on the other hand, he's got a couple spells to contribute to fights. So this is still, I would call this a massive Caster Fallacy build. He can address that by building into some auras or building into right-click carry. I have concerns about this build. I don't love it. We have a Silencer with 2 right-click things, a Blink Strike, and Sprout. I mean, what's not to like? It's crowd control and a bunch of right-click. Again, kind of too bad it's on an int hero, but that's alright. It's pretty good. We're going to back up to somebody dying top. As Hoodwink dies here... Oh, I remember this gank, suddenly, now that I'm watching it. Hoodwink was just harassing with daggers and got a little low and was a little ways forward. I saw the Shackle Shot come out. That's not Shackle Shot. But anyway, we just unloaded everything on the Hoodwink and he died. Got some good nukes for in lane. Spirit Breaker tries to man up, and we kind of just auto-attack him, and it goes reasonably well for us. Alright, let's break down these heroes. So Spirit Breaker has the worst build I've seen in a while in ability draft. Okay, so he's got Bulldoze, so he's hard to CC. He has the Feed Your Enemies All of Your Treants ability. This is actually the lowest ranked ability in ability draft. If you're thinking about taking Nature's Call, like, just don't. Carries scale so much harder in ability draft that abilities like Nature's Call and like Eidolons. Uh-oh, Silencer died. Let's check that out. I bet this was all Nature's Prophet. He's a little low, just over half health. Nature's Prophet goes around to the side, sets up the bait by threatening the ward, and doesn't even need to land the charge between a stun and an acorn toss. Silencer goes down because he's squishy early. Alright, no surprise there. What I was saying is summons are bad. You summon creatures, your opponents have these ridiculous damage builds that have like way better capacity than normal Dota heroes to just massacre Treants or Eidolons or summoned wolves or whatever, and you just end up feeding your opponent team gold. It's not a good plan. He's got Teleport, which is a very good ability, so he can show up to fights and do nothing. And he's got Grow on a strength hero with like low agility gain, so he's never going to have decent attack speed. He needs like 2 moon shards to just be able to attack regularly. This build is such hot garbage. I guess there's an argument for that he's got Grow and Bulldoze, so he's a tank. It's possible you could parlay this into like an early Radiance and make a Radiance tank build out of it. But like even then, Radiance tanks are supposed to do more than like only be a threat because of Radiance, because if that's all they've got, they taper off super hard. And that is 100% all he's got. It's so bad. Like hard F on this build. We have Tiny with Fiery Soul. A+, he's got Fiery Soul. What else is there to say? Like, tons of attack speed and movement speed. It's going to be an amazing right-click carry. He also has Nether Blast, which is a great way to keep Fiery Soul up. Nice low cooldown. Bushwhack is some crowd control. That's what I called Shackle Shot earlier. That's Hoodwink's version of Shackle Shot, where you need a tree instead of a friend or a tree, compared to Windrunner's Shackle Shot. And then there's Wrath of Nature, which is just guaranteed 7 stacks on Fiery Soul whenever you cast it. This build is legit. Once you get the Shard, it's got 2 pieces of crowd control, some nuke, and just phenomenal right-click off Fiery Soul. Nothing bad to say about this. We have me on Weaver. This build is, it's fine. I'm mostly sad I'm Weaver, and mostly sad I took Sharpshooter. I end up just not even leveling Sharpshooter because I realized this was just a total waste on me. Like, I am not great with skill shots, and this ability is just, like, it's just a random, pretty high damage nuke. But I'm trying to build right click, so I get a couple starting items and go straight for my Maelstrom because I just want to attack fast and hit them with some chain lightnings and clear waves and get some good farm. And make sure I don't die with Shikuchi. Maybe gank with Shikuchi. Shikuchiing into a stun is nice. So, I mean, what I'm trying to say is this build's fine. The 3 abilities work great. The ult is kind of meh. The shard on the ult is wasted because they don't have Geminate attack. So, I don't know. Like, B minus. It's still like an agility hero with an improved attack speed thing, and Shikuchi is just a top tier ability, so it's kind of hard to have a bad build with Shikuchi on it, but I don't know. I don't love it. It's alright, but not great. Alright, let's talk about mid, where we have Pugna getting charged by Nature's Prophet as we speak. They're going to end up under the T1. Nature's Prophet gets the double stun off, follows it up into a triple stun, and that is plenty for the kill. And Invoker will pull aggro off of Prophet just in time to save him from the tower, but he will still go down to Pugna's Curse. That's a nice trade. A support from bottom for their core mid is an excellent trade. So, these builds. We have an Invoker who has, well, it's not quite as bad as Spirit Breaker's build, but this build is bad. He's got Cold Snap, which will give him 1 charge of overload. And then he's got Deafening Blast, which will give him 1 more charge of overload. So he gets 2 overloaded attacks per fight. And some disables with Cold Snap. Like, arguably, this can gank. He even has a talent for Cold Snap. Actually, he even has a talent for Radial Deafening Blast if he makes it to 25. Uh-oh, Abaddon's dead. What happened? Let's watch Abaddon die. I think it's probably not a surprise that it's a... Nature's Prophet has now respawned and is charging bottom on the lower health hero. And gets a stun. There's an Acorn Toss. Gets another stun. There's a tether. All this crowd control in the world is in fact good. And that is in fact Nature's Prophet with a kill and 2 assists. The other 2 kills are on his lane mate. Yeah, nothing surprising about that. Tiny is trying to get himself in some trouble. Getting himself Curse of Avernus. Anyways, I was talking about Invoker. So, this right here just desperately needs something spammable for it to be good. Ball Lightning is best. Static Remnants work, but they're actually like not that great because you have to be a melee range. With a squishy intel hero, that is not optimal. Nature's Prophet susses out the Pugna being here. We still go on the Hoodwink. We get the kill there. Pugna is a bit of a monster this game and cleans up the Tiny. Nature's Prophet misses with additional crowd control, and we kind of end up standing off on either side of the tower. I'm kind of surprised we don't push out a little more. There are 3 of us here and only 2 of them. Prophet decides to go for the Pugna, who is low health. He gets a double stun. He gets a triple stun. Invoker doesn't go for the Pugna. Instead, we bring down the Spirit Breaker. I will chase Pugna with Shikuchi. And Pugna ends up getting out after silencing me. So, you know, an okay fight. Support for support. Anyways, Invoker's build is trash. I want this to be good. And, like, cold snapping somebody and then just auto-attacking them once you get some items together with coup de grace is, like, gonna get him kills. But, whoops, somebody forgot to hit bounty runes ever. Tiny. But, like, this is just... it's like a soft CC, do-nothing right-click build. I guess he's got CC. I don't know. Maybe it's better than I'm giving him credit for. If you want to know why I'm so upset about this Invoker build, it's because of what happened in draft. If you want to see the drafts, find the Patreon link in the video, in the description below the video. You can see this video on Patreon, and it will include the draft, and you will see just how Pugna came to have Glaives of Wisdom. I'll give you a hint, Invoker probably should have Glaives of Wisdom this match. Anyway, we've got a Pugna with Glaives of Wisdom, a Silence, and 2 survival abilities. Pugna has 24 starting plus 5.2 per level intel gain. Just to be clear, that is the most intel. And he runs into 3 Heroes Hill here, but with that amazing survival ability... God, I cannot speak today. With this amazing survival ability, Borrowed Time, he just turns that fight right around and kills Tiny. He totally shits on Storm Spirit, who is left running. I believe he just got a silence off on the Storm Spirit. Oh man, check that out. Did you see that? Check this kill out. He's so far back. He's pretty much away. He gets creep blocked, goes left around the tower, and that is enough for Pugna to land the last word and blow him up. Amazing. Pugna will die for it in the end, since a Weaver TP's in and decides to help. Hey, that's me. Good job, me. Alright. But what I'm trying to say here is Pugna's build. Pugna has stacking intel with kills and the highest intel gain, and Pugna's right-click damage scales off intel. Pugna has 630 attack range, which is very respectable. I mean, this build is absolutely terrifying. This is a hard-to-kill Giga threat. yeah, I mean, I know what's gonna happen here, but like, he's already got 8 permanent intel stolen, and it's not like that's gonna go away. All right, so Pugna is farming away mid. We're 12 minutes in. I find this is always a good time to see how the game's going by taking a look at net worth. Hey, look at that. Pugna's in the lead. He's only 90 gold up on Invoker. That is like a couple last hits or a fight or like maybe another ward away from the other one taking the lead. Invoker's hanging out with 3 heroes right now. Meanwhile, Pugna is just happily farming away mid and pressuring the tower, so... Also up a level, I'd say Pugna's winning over Invoker. Followed by Storm Spirit, who has a good farming build, good last hitting abilities. Well, should have some farm. Went for crit before Maelstrom. Alright, I disagree with that. But it's not terrible. I mean, just trying to get some good damage going. Makes sense. Looks like the Acorn Sauce still clears waves, so alright, it's fine. Meanwhile, bottom, Prophet and I see a silencer and sense blood in the water. It's going to be a dead silencer. Pugna shows up, blows up the Nature's Prophet, and I have Shikuchi, so I just walk right out of that. There's a double damage, bottom river. Looks like Invoker's going to get it, and will definitely blast and run for his life after that. The Deep Rep Laguna Blade actually doesn't bring him down. But you know what's going to get him? Oh no. He already took the damage, and now he's silenced. He's fine. Invoker gets out. It's not going to get him. Good talk. I know how Dota works. I am smart. I can predict what's going to happen in a fight. Just not accurately. Alright, so... we're 15 minutes in. Pugna's net worth just skyrocketed. Invoker fell behind Storm Spirit. I am not doing great. I'm behind Tiny. Tiny and I like fought over last hit's safe lane. Could I have just given them to Tiny? I don't know. Probably. Should Tiny have not fought me for them? I don't know. Maybe. Look at this. Look at this Spear Breaker with Vanguard. Cool. How's that working for you? Do you do things yet? Hint, no. Alright, we got a charge. Ooh, on the silencer. That means Pugna is going to be free to explode this Nature's Prophet. Invoker also goes on the silencer, but indeed, the Pugna gets 3 autos off, and the Nature's Prophet melts. Look at that attack range. He's going to continue pressing, goes for the Invoker, pushes him out of lane. Hey, look, he got a Witchblade. This is correct. C, correcto. Scaling int deals damage based off int. So, I don't know if this is like a move point, but I'm kind of sad for agility heroes. It's like, intel heroes have the item I was just talking about and its upgrade, Witchblade, which has the passive Witchblade, which scales off intel for damage. Oh man, look at this fight mid. One more auto? One more auto? Yeah, he gets it. That's a dead Invoker. And like, this thing is fantastic. Improved projectile speed, slow on hit, poison for 4 seconds, scaling off your intel. This thing is amazing. Like, agility heroes get this as their mana item nowadays because of how good it is. It turns into Revenant's Brooch eventually, which is the most intel in the game on one item, which is dumb. It's got heart levels of intel. So what I'm trying to say here is there's this intel item with 45 intel and a thing that scales off intel. Here's this strength item with 25 strength and a thing that scales off strength for damage. Here's this strength item with 45 strength and a thing that scales off your health, which scales off your strength for health regen. And where's the big dumb agility item? I mean, there's this thing that like gives you more agility, and agility already like scales into attack damage and attack speed, so like maybe this is a moot point. But like, they turned Ethereal Blade into an intel item. Butterfly is like just straight up damage and attack speed and agility, which is more damage and attack speed. But like, where's the thing that does damage based off your agility, or like increases your like. Maybe they could make it so Dragonlance's attack range scales off your agility or something, or like make a new crit item other than just Daedalus, which is damage. It's like agility and crit that like has attack speed, or like a slow or like crit damage maybe that scales off your agility. Crit damage that scales off your agility would be really cool. I like that concept. Or like maybe armor melt that scales off your agility. Both of those like conceptually make sense to me, where like you would be finding cracks in your enemy's armor to either crit them harder or ignore their armor, or both. Why not both? Anyways, what I'm trying to say is agility items don't get enough love in this game. Alright, it's now 13:13 at 18 minutes. The income graph is like incredibly even. Our lowest is Nature's Prophet at 4.5k, and the highest is Storm Spirit at 6k. Oh wait, and then there's Pugna 2.5k above the next follow-up behind him. And he just got a kill on Tiny, who was supposed to be a badass bitch with Fiery Soul and bonus damage and multiple disables. Look at Tiny not even see the Pugna and try to fight the camp. And Pugna with 2 autos. 2! Oh my god. Wait a second. That's 1. That's 2. Look at that thing proccing for 130 damage. His Witchblade procs for almost as much damage as he attacks for, and it hits 4 times. Like, just let that sink in for a minute. It's 0.75 of his intel. His intel is, 180 right now, so it does like 120 damage a tick, and it's 4 ticks. This thing does 500 damage! It's 18 minutes! What the F? That's crazy! Yeah. 3 hits for, like, the 1,000 health of Jungle Cramps. What a build. What a build. Alright. Looks like there's something coming up real soon. What's Pugna doing? Just running up onto enemy high ground? That's dangerous. Does he know he can just absolutely shit on whoever he finds? Yes, he does. Alright, looks like Radiant's farming triangle, Dire's pushing out top, and then farming Dire jungle. Whole lot of nothing happening. Alright, I'm gonna start doing this next island thing. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, looks like a fight is forming up top. We got everybody going on this push top. We're focusing Spirit Breaker for some reason. That is the one way to make Spirit Breaker good, is to focus him. I get exploded first. The Spirit Breaker does go down, followed by Silencer. Nature's Prophet with the charge. And the disables. That's going to be a dead Hoodwink. 3 for 1 is a good fight for us. Abaddon's thinking about it, but that would be a bad idea. Alright. We have a 1k gold advantage. Because 3 of our cores are up there. But Pugna's still the one to watch. Abaddon's still chilling top. Looks like he's fighting 2 instead of 3 at this point. And there it is. The Decraft Laguna Blade. I'm just kind of curious what health Storm Spirit was at when this happened. Okay, he's only at 600 life. That's not that impressive. But here it comes. Boop! Boop. Casual full life Laguna Blade. Full life? 1-shot kill Laguna Blade. Yeah, Spirit Breaker goes on Nature's Prophet, who just leaves because Spirit Breaker does nothing. He's got Blade Mail and Vanguard. Like, he's going for a Shadow Blade to be able to right click again, I guess. Whatever items he gets, they're gonna be like some glitter on a big turd. If you take a turd and put some glitter on top of it and zap it in the microwave, it's still hot shit. I mean, you may have some glitter. It's not enough, man. It's not good. It's not. Distracting phone is distracting. Alright, we've got a fight coming up top. Bunch of creeps pushing our tower. Tiny farming them, getting some gold. And Nature's Prophet goes. Silencer was a little bit too far forward. Nature's Prophet gets on the Pugna. Gets Decrep Laguna bladed and just explodes. And suddenly, Dire is routed. That's slow. Oh my god. Oh. That's slow from Pugna. That ticking poison. The Decrep to go with Pugna's nuke. The last word. Just detonates Tiny. And they are onto our tier 2 top. With Curse of Avernus on it, that goes down real fast. With 2 down, we really can't even engage this. Spirit Breaker teleports out. The rest of the team's going to break up the push. Alright, there is a bit of a lull here where I think we're scared to leave base because we just got walloped bad. And they decided to spend the time jungling. So we're going to hit next highlight and go forward a whopping like 10,000 minutes. How long was that actually? We were like right here. Yeah, we're skipping up like 6 minutes. No, it's not that far. It's like 4 minutes. Whatever, I'm fine with it. Alright. Storm Spirit gets caught in jungle, eats the Decrep Laguna Blade, stays alive. Nature's Prophet shows up to help. Abaddon getting low, dangerously low in fact, as is Nature's Prophet. Everybody goes on Hoodwink. Alright, we might have some issues with selecting our targets here. Nature's Prophet is going to do his best to secure the Hoodwink. I will end up killing the Hoodwink. Meanwhile, Pugna fights the rest of my team with Curse of Avernus, keeping him up. He kills the Nature's Prophet, but that's it. He does back off after the Curse of Avernus wears off. So, a bit of a fizzle of a fight. But that is another kill for Pugna, who now has 34 permanent intel stolen. It's not that much, and it's only half an hour into the game. Alright, let's watch the next fight. Looks like it's going to be Weaver and Prophet going on Spirit Breaker, who just won't die. This was a bad decision. Surely we'll switch to the Abaddon. Nope, we decided to finish the Spirit Breaker. You know, for him having a bad build, we were sure dummies about how he dealt with it. Abaddon goes down to Prophet. The Spirit Breaker finally goes down. Pugna shows up. We get a bunch of damage on Pugna, who pops the ridiculous ult. And it's time to run away. Invoker TP's out. I just run for it with Shikuchi. I get silenced. I didn't even realize how much danger I was still in. I stopped for a second. It was very foolish. Tiny decides to fight 3 heroes, and unsurprisingly this doesn't go well, and suddenly that's an ultra kill. An ultra kill for this Pugna. Oh no. Call me crazy, but it feels a little bit like Pugna's getting out of control. If he just got an ultra kill, yep, he's up to 50 permanent stolen intel. You now need a shard to get the +2 stolen int, and it is so worth it. It's his only shard, and he doesn't have an axe. And this is still just 100% correct. He went with the Eye of Scatty to stack the slow from Witchblade. Seems good. It's working. Sage and Kaya. I'm not sure why Sage and Kaya. He doesn't have Spell Life Steal as far as I'm aware. Is that a thing they show? No, they don't show Spell Life Steal. I mean, I guess it's just Spell Amp. And some tankiness. And like mana regen amp. But mana was never going to be a problem on this character. Anyway, it's a fight bottom. We engage on the Spirit Breaker. Pugna shows up and does very mean things to Invoker. The dead. I try to fight Pugna, but Abaddon does mean things to me. Now I am the dead. Pugna and Storm Spirit go 1 for 1. Pugna cleans that up, then goes for the Invoker, and that's a triple kill for Pugna. They bother with the Ancient Camp because, you know, reasons. And now it is time to high ground. Looks like everybody on Radiant goes bottom. Definitely to push. right? While Pugna goes mid. That 66 bonus intel is going to have Pugna hitting pretty hard. Just one-shots all the creeps. Moonshard has him firing like a machine gun. The Glyph will keep the mid tower up for a moment, along with the bottom tower, but only for a moment. Glyphs go down, mid tower goes down, bottom tower goes down a second later. And now we got a split push coming. High ground? Maybe? Probably? Maybe not. We're starting to respawn. They might back off. Looks like they want it bottom. They're pinging to push. Or maybe we're pinging defend. Who is that? I guess that was Tree. Tree is pinging for the defense. Okay. Pugna will not follow one lone creep onto high ground by himself since his team is backed off. The Nether Ward baits the Nature's Prophet forward. Oh, and Abaddon protects the Nether Ward with a Decrepify. I had no idea that's a thing you can do. Now I know. Prophet attempts to Spirit Siphon the Spirit Breaker. I think that's the first Spirit Siphon I've seen all game. We're itching for a fight, even going low ground for a moment to throw out stuns. Puck becomes high ground for a moment to really damn near detonate the Storm Spirit. He gets him in the end, again with the silence, doing damage after he's out of range. Pugna takes the time and the space created to kill the Rax. Abaddon pushes forward and blows up Nature's Prophet with that Decrep Laguna Blade combo. And now Pugna's wondering why he's not getting all the kills. He goes on Invoker, gets a kill. Invoker holds on to Deafening Blast entirely too long. I realize everyone on my team is dead, and I call GG and decide to hang out in Fountain. Bottom racks are down. I am sure they're going to push Fountain off that. Spirit Breaker grabs some trees to help push. Tiny eats all the trees because fiber is good for you. Look at that. Just free like 40 golds every time. So silly. Alright, Tiny kind of pushes them off for a minute. They're all hanging out mid though. Ping from yellow to go mid. Looks like yellow has gone full caster gear. I hate it. I hate it so much. I understand it, and yet I hate it. Well, they hit our tower and it explodes. A couple of them go on Nature's Prophet and he explodes. Pugna wants Tiny, who invis is out. Pugna wants me, I invis out. And while only one of us goes down, it costs us our mid-racks. I've got to say, my team is just not engaging very hard. Not that we can at this point, like Pugna just does way too much damage. This was such a questionable fight. Anyway, that's T4's going down. The Ancient will not be far behind it. They've got their Nether Ward up on the opposite side of the Ancient. Tiny tries to fight. Abaddon blows him up. Storm tries to fight Pugna from high ground and loses. The Decrep Light Strike Array doesn't kill Pugna, it just triggers his ult. He ends up at full health. He's using Curse of Silence. Sorry, last word for high ground vision, and just sniping us in Fountain as creeps. And help the Spirit Breaker finish off the Ancient. Oh man, 37-25, brutal game. In the end, Pugna runs away with it. Some very friendly trash talk at the end there. If you made it this far, hit that like button. I would appreciate it. Leave a comment. That would be cool too. If you want to see me live, I stream Tuesdays and Thursday nights on Twitch. If you want to support the channel, Patreon's the best place to do that. And if you were to support the channel on Patreon, you would get to see the post-game analysis, where I'm going to go talk about Pugna being a badass. Alright, on to that. Good luck, have fun, don't die. I will catch you all in the next one.